Hello, everyone, and it's been a while, but welcome back to Super Saturday Nostalgia. I'm the Athletic Geek, and, I have another new guest for this particular episode.
Hi, I'm Animeister. Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you. He will be joining us, just going to level with you folks. You know, it's been several months, a year, since we've put out the last episode of this, so who knows how long it's going to be. But we're going to try and pick this back up because, a lot of you folks really enjoyed this. So definitely, if we can get some partners, because it's no fun talking to myself during these particular episodes. But we're picking up right where we left off. It is one of the classic Batman the Animated Series episodes, Nothing to Fear.
Oh gosh, I love that one. Good episode, classic.
Classic, probably the most classic moment from this whole series was in this episode. So Animeister and I are watching we're watching on Amazon, where we bought this off Amazon. So right now we are staring at the Warner Brothers animation logo. So go ahead and get a chance to pull that up, and if you'd like to follow along with us, get it pulled up and press play now.
Here we go.
No title card, as per usual. And, it's, the classic opening.
Great music by Danny Elfman.
Oh, yeah.
Going on.
I'm so used to watching this on DVD, it's kind of now seeing this on Amazon in HD. It's definitely, oh, God, it's awesome.
The definition's great. I was talking to you about the DVD with all the graininess going on. I was like, is your DVD messed up?
Well, the whole reason we're actually doing this off Amazon is because the DVD was messed up. And dating ourselves a little bit. Oh, my God, that was awesome. It's definitely, this is the kick in the pants I need to finally buy the whole series on Blu-ray. But, yeah. And classic time. See, this is something I always liked about this Batman the Animated Series was, they'd have, really, really cool title cards and,
Exactly, and this one's really ominous with the Scarecrow.
Right.
One of my favorite Batman villains, by the way.
I like the Scarecrow, but he is kind of one of those... You can't do too much with him at once. Excuse me.
I liked his sequence in, Arkham Asylum. I thought they kind of underutilized him in Arkham Knight. I thought they kind of...
I've never actually beat Arkham Knight.
Have you not?
I hate... we're kind of not really following the episodes much, but that's what this is. That's what we're about here at Super Saturday Nostalgia. I hate the Batmobile missions, and I just got so frustrated with one of them. I'm just like, fuck this. And that's the whole reason I bought a new system, was to finish that story. But I'm just like, fuck this, I'm done.
I did.
Sorry if there's any kids listening,
I get what you mean. I had issues with the Batmobile storylines. Anyway, I like how he can just switch from Batman to Bruce Wayne.
And he does it without making himself sound like Cookie Monster choking on a cigar.
I'm Christian Bale, Batman.
Yeah. As great as he is as Batman, that I don't like that. Like that, it's way too cliche. Yep, you're seeing Bruce find out that maybe not everybody in Gotham approves of him.
Mm-hmm. I do find it weird in some shots if you look like Bruce looks really thick.
Yeah.
Well, right here he looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And there,
we're doing commentary over this. I remember there being listening to alternate commentary on the DVDs for the Robin episodes where Bruce Timm is saying, why is Dick crying? Well, he's gonna go live with the two weird guys, the snarky English butler and the guy in the brown suit. He's this big millionaire. He has this cheap-looking brown suit on every time you see him. This billionaire.
Exactly. I think this is kind of like, I remember in the Man Bat. Is it Leather Wings?
I think that's the first episode. Tiny Toon Adventures comic book. There, nice.
I
touch.
Remember him. His Bruce Wayne voice wasn't perfected yet. I think this is the episode where it kind of came into fruition.
And it's funny, like I'm sure me and Isaac mentioned this when we did on Leather Wings. The first phrase uttered in the DC animated universe was by Kevin Conroy, but it was not as Batman. He was playing the cop in the blimp, going, "Something just flew over my screen," right there.
And here he is, Scarecrow. I will say this though, I do not like his look in this episode.
I'm not digging it. But then just like when they go to the new Batman adventures, it gets just downright horrifying.
Well, there's that transition one in here too, where
where he looks like
he has like the big eyes and the hair. Yeah, that is what I picture when I see Scarecrow. This one just looks like, I'm trying to think, almost like a Jeff Dunham puppet.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's not incorrect.
The body it's just the head. And I'm glad they worked on it.
Yeah. I mean, they probably just wanted to get out there and there he is. There's Batman. So, the thing I always think is cool about this, / maybe perplexing to some other people, is they have all this 1940s stuff going on, but then they have technology that's clearly not of the 40s. So it kind of gives you the whole, so what year is it?
Exactly.
I guess, but then in retrospect, that's a good thing because we can watch this sitting here dang ourselves in 2019.
Exactly.
Watching this, and it still feels just as good as watching it like when I started watching this in 1994.
I remember watching...
It made in 92, I started watching it in 94, so...
You're a little older than I am. I remember watching this as a kid, though, after school. And
I was in kindergarten when I started, so 94, 95 was my kindergarten years.
I had to be probably 3 or 4 when I first started watching this show. I remember a few episodes actually scared me as a kid. I think this one there might be something.
This might have been this one scared me as a kid. The first time,
Poison Ivy one where they turn into the plants.
The other one that really was the one where he was in Arkham, Batman was committed to Arkham.
I remember
that one freaked me out. God, I could listen to Kevin Conroy Batman read the phone book.
And it's I don't know if I think people would realize how much of a impact he's made because when I read a Batman book, that's the voice I hear in my head.
Oh, me too.
Same with Mark Hamill as Joker. It's
yes,
those two can't get out of my head.
There's random... What's bad, I guess it's because I'm just such a nerd. I'm, so into voice actors. I've given, other voice actors I know use their voices reading stories. I've given, Neil Patrick Harris. I know he did Nightwing in the...
Under the Red Hood.
Under the Red Hood. So, I've read him... I go back and forth between Neil Patrick Harris and Lauren Lester with Robin / Nightwing, but Steve Bloom, I give him just he was Green Lantern for so many times in so many books. I'm just reading him, just I'll give him Spike's voice. Why not?
I know that's kind of with him and
he's seeing his dad. Listen to what that professor told him about what a disgrace he is. And this is as human as Batman is. Yeah. As human as Batman is, there's even times he was a kid I didn't relate to him. I guess that's one of the reasons why I was such a Robin / Nightwing kind of guy. I always liked Robin because I felt close to Robin. I never felt close to Batman as literally as being a human. Oh, God. Now the cops are making fun of him. There's Bullock. I'm not a huge fan of the Gotham show.
I'm not either.
Here's kind of my opinion on the Gotham show. I don't like the show. I like the character portrayals. I like Gordon. I like Enigma, and I, above all else, I like Bullock.
And speaking of Gordon,
Yep.
the only thing about Batman the Animated Series is Gordon is I feel like he's almost too old to be a commissioner still.
I don't know, like, he may be in his 50s, you know.
Maybe.
He's kinda,
With the white hair, though, I feel like I always like picture him like he has to be like in his 70s by now.
Right.
His daughter's a teenager. I'm like,
well, I mean,
getting a
you know,
late
I'm
start,
going to be throwing a call back to the other part of the channel. Like, you know, Ric Flair started having, you know, the white hair, you know, at 45. So, you know, he might be in his mid-40s, early 50s there. Now, when they go to the new Batman Adventures, they make him look like ill.
he looks like he's like,
He looks like he's sick, and I know even
he's
like
getting treatment.
Yeah, not to make light of anything like that,
exactly,
but you know, that's just kind of what he looks like. And
He's trying to take his nose.
Yeah. And I think even Bruce Timm and Paul Dini, you know, have mentioned that they regret that. Oh God, and he looks like a creepy dude even whenever he was a child.
He looks like I like that they kind of make him look sort of like the Ichabod Crane from Legends of Sleepy Hollow from Disney. He has like that pompous big nose kind of.
Yeah.
Just like that's who he reminds me of.
You know, his name's Crane. You
Yeah,
know,
so
you got to wonder if maybe that was done on purpose.
I'm thinking maybe that's some inspiration from Bob Kane, maybe.
No,
back in the day.
Well, Bob, I'm not going to get on the conspiracy theory whole bandwagon, but you know, as it's kind of been, we've learned Bob Kane kind of didn't really do as much with Batman as you'd like to believe he was. Which also goes into the Stan Lee debate, but I love Stan Lee, and y'all can go fuck yourselves if you don't like Stan Lee.
Oh, rest in peace.
Yes.
All right. Oh, he's got some stubble going on now.
Oh, what's wrong with Bruce? Oh, he's seen his parents.
It's almost like in the pictures, Dad looks too old for his mom.
Well, he's rich.
Yep.
He's rich.
Martha's a gold digger.
Or Martha just likes him old. I've gone on Tinder profiles where I've been
even
girls my age, but I'm 20 years too young for her.
Exactly. With I thought that in Batman vs Superman too. I'm like, Jeffrey Dean Morgan looks way too old to be Lauren Cohen's husband.
Now, I believe this is before they really got the. Yeah,
Alfred. Yeah, he
Alfred,
had kind of same thing with.
They had a couple different voice actors for Alfred, and this is before they really.
I don't know if it was voice actor. I think he just kept trying different tones and pitches.
I'm not sure. Well, hey, if one of you guys,
I think it's.
I'm not sure on that one, and unfortunately, we didn't do our due diligence and research that before we started. But if you know for sure whether it was two different voice actors or if he was,
because it's Zimbrist Jr., ain't it? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, or F. Let us know in the comment section below if you know the answer to this one. Yeah, you're seeing.
Yeah, he said
this is actually a good moment of Alfred trying to talk into him.
I think Alfred's one of those kind of like disregarded characters with Batman too. It's like he wouldn't be where he is without Alfred.
Yeah,
like
Alfred, I think, is probably one of the greatest father figures, if not the greatest father. Well, maybe him and Jonathan Kent,
exactly.
Are the two best in comic books. Period. Throw in Professor Xavier underneath all of them because he's but that's
Maybe Professor X, he's done some very questionable things.
That's true. Professor X, depending on which version. If you're talking about the 70s Claremont Professor X, oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Or the X-Men animated series Professor X. Yeah. If at the time of this recording, the new Professor X, I'm not so sure about that. Kind of, which leads to me.
I think this might have been one of those scenes that freaked me out. Maybe. Yep.
Yep. That's when he.
They don't make a lot of shows like this.
But that still image was not very good. There was just right there, just a second ago. Yeah, but there was again. They just recycle it where it's just like Scarecrow going huh?
His kind of dirt face going.
Again, Of all the amazing things that this series has provided, we can forgive a few of the time animation flaws.
I mean, it's not
that every cartoon at this time were to have.
I mean, it's not Hanna-Barbera bad, where they're recycling the backgrounds in every scene.
That's still, classic.
Yes, exactly. No disrespect to Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah.
They've done a lot for the industry.
Marvelous. See what you did there.
I feel like Scarecrow has a different voice actor. I know, might just be from the New Adventures. I think they changed him up there.
Yeah. I really liked, and again, maybe get your phone out. Find out who did his voice on in the Arkham games, because I really enjoyed it. It's gonna, I can.
Oh, in the Arkham,
Yeah.
I think he had two different.
Oh God, we're probably gonna get the line here shortly.
The iconic line.
The iconic line that if you're gonna ask Kevin Conroy to do the voice, this is the line you go with. Okay. We might have to postpone that little.
Almost got it, but I feel like the line.
Speaking of almost got something, we definitely need. I can't wait till we get to that episode. But that's going to be a long, long time away, because we got 3 other cartoons we're watching too.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta love a stupid henchman.
So every henchman in this series.
Yeah. It's sticking in his hand. The batarangs do change kind of like their style, depending on just, I guess, how they were feeling that day. But I mean...
And they can't show bullets, so lasers.
Yeah. Like this whole series, though, here in 2019 would not be on children. This would be on Adult Swim or a Netflix original.
Exactly.
This would definitely not be where children could watch it.
Okay, to answer your question, in Asylum, it was Dino Andretti. And then in Arkham Knight, it was John Noble.
I do not know who either one of those guys
John Noble was...
are off the top of my head.
Oh, what is his name? In Lord of the Rings, he was the Boromir and Faramir's dad.
Oh, okay.
And then in the Superman Unbound, he was Brainiac.
Okay.
He has that deep, menacing voice.
It's kind of funny, like... I mean, some of these are obvious, and I felt stupid afterwards, and then some of them were shocking. Going to conventions and meeting different voice actors. Like, I met Richard Horvitz at Indiana Comic Con 2016, and, I knew him for Zim, I knew him for...
Oh, here we go.
Oh, here we go. Yes, there it is. I'll shut up now. Yes. Woo. But I did not know that Richard Horvitz was Alpha 5. And then when I got the thing about, I'm like, it's obvious he was, but I didn't know that. But the big one for me was Tom Kane. He's Professor Utonium and all the, he's done so many different roles. I did not realize he was Magneto on X-Men Evolution until I literally got to his table.
Okay, that's right.
And I saw the Magneto X-Men Evolution 8x10s that he had for sale, and I'm like, I didn't even know that was you. And he's like, I loved it.
Pretty sure he was Ultron in a few things, wasn't he?
Yes. And then...
Darwin in Wild Thorn Days, too, I believe.
I had him sign an Admiral Akbar figure. We're getting really sidetracked right now. But both him and Tim Rose, the voice from the cartoon and the real live action, so that's pretty cool. But that's for another story. But yeah. Oh, God, his own henchmen are getting it now. No. Oh, no, don't jump out. Aim for the bushes.
I haven't seen this in a while. I'm like, oh, did he just die?
No, aim for the bushes. Remember, like on...
Hey, it's the Emperor.
Up. Yeah, that's the one thing about it, when you're a kid, like, quite a few times the villain escaped. Like the Riddler escaped, the Joker escaped,
Catwoman escaped.
And then,
quite a bit.
I mean, it's kind of... I mean, even if they got caught, eventually they'd get out. But like, this is where you learn as a kid, Batman's first priority is saving the lives and making sure everybody's safe. And he'll let it's okay to let the villain go. He knows he can get him. He'll have a chance to get him again as long as nobody dies.
Exactly.
So I thought that was really, really cool how they did that with this series, because I mean, like that's what that taught me as a child. This
scene right here with the blimp exploding, it's like people talk about collateral damage in some of the DC movies now, and I'm like, if you go back and watch some of this, there was a lot of collateral damage going on. They just didn't realize it, I don't think.
Marvel movies. And
Star Labs.
Crane Chemical. Oh.
Axis, okay. Some nice little nods there.
Yeah. Oh, it's like those little Easter eggs, that I probably wasn't thinking about as a kid. Like whenever I became old enough to know better, like, when Smallville came around, like it wasn't the greatest series, but when you're a nerd and you're desperate, it was before everything got so big and mainstream, you had to grab onto whatever you could.
Exactly.
And, when they'd mention Bloodhaven or Coast City or something, I'd be like, could we? could there be?
Exactly. I agree with that a lot. And
I mean, now, like,
oh, it looks even worse without the hat on.
Yeah.
It looks like a tied-up pantyhose.
Yeah. Ironically, when we're recording this, I don't know when this is going to be live to the YouTube channel, but, we're recording this around Halloween time. For Halloween one year, I was a Scarecrow, not the Scarecrow, and they used tied-up pantyhose as my mask. So, he's scared of bats.
I almost wonder if this scene inspired Batman Begins when Scarecrow sees Batman as that bat monster.
You wonder how much, I mean, like, this obviously was very influential.
Exactly.
But you wonder how much, like, something in, for all intents and purposes, was not a comic, Christopher Nolan was not a comic book guy. And not, like, he respected Batman's lore, but kind of didn't really
own thing.
Kind of knew enough about it to incorporate, but other than that, it was just kind of like, this is mine. You gotta wonder if, how much he actually knew of the cartoon.
It's Chernobog.
I was gonna say Goliath.
True.
That's another show. If I can find that on any sort of medium, I'm definitely making sure that's part of this series. Gargoyles was awesome.
Oh, one of my childhood staples.
Yes.
Greg Weisman, another good guy. Young Justice, I think we should probably tap into. Maybe.
Well, eventually. There's so much I want to do, but like, I want to get through this whole. I want to get through all the classic series. And here we go. This is pretty deep for like. I know it's like didn't show anybody, but this is still very, very like. They would never show
for a kid's show.
Yeah, they would never show a grave on a child show whatsoever. Now,
oh, nice.
That's a beautiful visual there at the end.
Can we talk about the fact that Batman left a note on the Scarecrow? I find that funny. I'm like, I can't think of him ever doing that before. Maybe I'm like, that's more of a Spider-Man thing. I feel like.
Sometimes even Batman goes into his sense of humor. And that is the end of the episode. Well, I appreciate everybody for joining us for this edition of Super Saturday Nostalgia. If you enjoy it, please let us know so we can continue to bring this to you. So,
and thanks for having me. I had a good time.
Oh, yeah. I'll try and get you back if damn adulthood don't keep us from wanting to do this. But being able to do this, that's why we had to have the hiatus. And, Isaac, I'm sure he'd love to come back, but much like me, we have jobs and families and all that kind of stuff, and unfortunately, we don't make money off YouTube as of this recording.
So hopefully if I get to come back, we'll be doing the last laugh.
Actually, if the next one, we will be. We'll be going on to another cartoon. With the way this usually works, we have a rotation of different cartoons, so we don't burn everybody out on Batman or
well, we should. It's a good show. They need to be introduced to this.
Yeah, I know.
The younger generation is missing out.
I try to do rotation because we also have we want to throw a bone to the the 90s Marvel stuff. And then Superman. Superman was a good show, too.
Okay, I can get down with this. Okay.
I'm down with that, yeah. But I definitely do want to... I remember that episode, so I definitely want to watch that. But I believe we'll be going to the world of Marvel, either Spider-Man or X-Men. Not sure yet when we get there. But any social media you would like to plug before we go away?
I have a very small YouTube channel. It's under Animeister. I have some original videos I did for college when I was getting a art degree. So if you want to check those out, it's always welcome to you guys.
And yeah, and as always with me, go follow me on all my other socials. Go like my Facebook page, facebook.com/athleticgeek89. Follow me on Twitter at athletic_geek89. Don't forget the underscore. Go follow me on Instagram at instagram.com/athleticgeek89. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, give it a share, subscribe for more content, not just from the world of Saturday morning cartoons and comic books, but from the world of anime, gaming, pro wrestling, and all things geek culture. But, yeah, we will see you next time on Super Saturday Nostalgia. Have a good one.
See you guys around.